Alright guys, so Odd Eyes Raging Dragon has been added into Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. We just talked about this card, but anyways, let's go and check it out in action. Let's see how good the card is, because when I first saw the card, I was like, no way, this card is insane. It gets to attack multiple times. It gets to blow up everything on the board, and then, yeah, it gains extra attack as if that wasn't enough already. But anyways, he's facing off against a guy that is playing some ABC Lightsworn, which is a really popular deck. It's a lot of fun to play because, you know, you can mill a lot of crazy stuff. Lightsworn still has one of the best draw engines in the game because not only does it cycle your cards, but it also lets you set up, you know, with cards in the graveyard that get proc effects. But anyways, he's going to go ahead and summon Plug Spread to the graveyard. He's already got that Mally in the graveyard, so he's going to go ahead and sync her up to Omega. He's got Beatrice and Armageddon Knight. So he put up a pretty decent board turn one, and he even got the Michael bottomless. So he would have had another card at the end of the day, but yeah. Anyways, he's going to go ahead and now activate this effect. I'm just going to mention this card real quick. It's called Rise to Full Height. Basically, it's a electromagnetic turtle, or like a battle fader. Makes it so he can banish it and then makes it so he has to only attack that one specific monster. It's not really relevant because the board gets wiped, but anyways, yeah, he can't attack during that turn. Anyways, he's going to go ahead and complete his Pendulum Scale. Now, I'll briefly explain how you actually are going to be able to bust out the new Exceed card in the game. So anyways, first off, he's going to have Zhangsheng Magician and Zhanki Magician. I know the names sound similar, but they're spelled differently, I swear. But anyways, we'll call her the Archer, and we'll call this guy with the sword just so it's easier for reference. But anyways, so the girl with the bow, or the Archer here, her pendulum effect is once per turn you can target one face-up XYZ monster you control and one level 5 or higher monster you control. That XYZ monster's rank becomes equal to the level of that level 5 or higher monster until the end of this turn, even if this card leaves the field. While you control more cards than your opponent, this card's pendulum scale becomes 4. But with Zhanki Magician over here, it's once per turn you target one face-up XYZ monster you control. This turn, you can use it as an XYZ material for an XYZ summon, using its rank as if it were a level. So he's going to go ahead and make the Dark Rebellion, and then he's going to go ahead and absorb some of the attack from Beatrice over here. Then he's going to go ahead and just make the Odd Eyes Raging Dragon right into it, and it has its effect as soon as it comes out, so he's going to go ahead and activate that effect, but he's chaining the Rise to Full Height, so basically he has to attack this monster. Even if the monster is gone, apparently, you still have to attack that. Now, you guys let me know in the comment section below, is that how it should work? Because I feel like if the monster's not there, then how are you supposed to attack it? So I guess it becomes a battle fader, you can't attack at all, because this card could attack twice. That's its effect. So, yeah, he goes ahead and activates Raigeki, clears the board, and he's able to go ahead and ruin the Pendulum Scale. Man, that really sucks because had that card been like destroyed, well, it was Raigeki'd, but had there been room to put this on the Pendulum Zone, he would have been able to put that in Pendulum Zone, go for any Pendulum card, and put it right in the other Pendulum Zone. It says right here, if this card in the Monster Zone is destroyed by battle by card effect, you can place this card in your Pendulum Zone. But he already had his scale completed, so he didn't have any room. But then also it has that effect where if its pendulum effect is once per turn, if you have no cards in your other pendulum zone, you can place any pendulum monster from your deck. Really, really overpowered effect if you can get it off. But anyways, he's got the Omega. He's going to reset Rise to Full Height, so he basically has battle faders for days, which is crazy. And I'm like, wow, that's kind of a broken mechanic to use Omega and keep on resetting these banished cards. Like, obviously you can reset Plug Spreader, Mally, and he loses. So rip the new card, but I got more replays for you guys showing it off. But nonetheless, it was still a really good duel. Like, it showed off, you know, how good Lightsworns can be, even in this day and age. I mean, heck, you have so many random like cards that just like even the Metal Foes Fusion, people are playing that in Lightsworn now because it's just a free extra draw when you send it to the graveyard. But anyways, he's going to go ahead and complete his Pendulum Scale, and then he's going to go ahead and go for that standard bread and butter combo of going for the Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon. Then he's going to go ahead and make the Odd Eyes Raging Dragon, blow up the board, gain extra attack, and now he has that effect where he can attack twice, and he's going to be able to attack with that. So you can see like how potentially good that this deck can be. And you can see they are playing with a different set amount of life points, just for funsies, just so he can see if you can actually finish off his opponent even harder. But nonetheless, that obviously would have been game had it been like a regular duel. But nonetheless, really cool just to see how this card is potentially going to be used. Like, let me know how you guys already feel about this card, because I feel like it's already got a little bit of potential to see some play in the meta, because I mean the card is good, like no doubt about it, blowing up your opponent's entire board and then hitting them for upwards, I mean, I would say like on average, you're going to be destroying like 3 cards. If you're playing against a meta deck, they're going to throw about 3 cards on board. And if you're just destroying 3 cards, that's going to be a bonus of 600 attack, and you can attack twice. So at that point, if your opponent's activated any solemns, you got game. And if you have another monster, you've got game. And it blows up your opponent's entire board. Like, it's just, and it gains attack on it, attacks twice. Like, this card's good. That's all I'm really trying to say. And before someone says, Azneyes Raging Dragon paid me to make this video. Like, the card is good, guys. But anyways, he's going to go ahead and activate the Sky Iris. Going to go ahead and search out some cards. Now, there's still Ignite Reload, which is an interesting card. Lets you kind of search out some other stuff. Lets you kind of cycle through your cards. Because it doesn't have to be only used in Ignites. Keep that in mind. But you can only use one of them this turn. So it's an okay card. But you can't draw cards by card effects in it. But yeah, it's an interesting card. I mean, Wavering Eyes was really what made Pendulums like super strong, especially in the TCG. People were maxing out on those. It was a really good mirror match card as well. But he's going to go ahead, again, go for that board, and he's going to go ahead and absorb. Jiangshi is going to activate its effect, and he's going to go ahead and activate those effects to boost this up to 38 to 50. So he's going to go ahead and negate the attack, summon another one. He's got that Power. He's going to go ahead and destroy it. But Azneyes Rebellion Dragon comes out, and you can see, like, how much damage he's doing over here. Like, most of these, it would have been game, like, without a doubt. But again, they were playing with different life points just to be extra cheeky over here. Solemn Strike activated. Going to negate that Fluffle Bear's effect, but he's got that red Resonator, Assault Core, going for Stardust Charge Warrior. He's going to go ahead and search out an extra card. Alert of Darkness activated. He does not draw any, so rip and pepperonis. But pretty much this card is just, it's good. It's really what it comes down to. Alert of Darkness. That was really funny. But I know a lot of you guys perhaps want a deck profile for this, so don't worry. I got it for you guys. So I'm going to go to the deck edit and, well, Azneyes Raging Dragon. So let me go ahead and sort. So here's the deck if any of you guys want to try it out. If you guys have any suggestions, would love to hear them down below in the comment section below. I can already tell. I immediately would drop. I never saw Compulse in the game. But I definitely recommend you guys play Vanity's Emptiness, because when your opponent cannot Yu-Gi-Oh, it's always better for you. But that's the only like real suggestion as far as traps go. But anyways, here's the deck. By the way, thanks for sending in those awesome replays. Really appreciate it. Shout outs to our main guy, Mizar. I was going to say, it was a Mizar TNT, so it was Mizar, right? Just got to double check, make sure I'm giving the right guy. Yeah, shoutouts to Mizar, 10 out of 10 replays. The last one was pretty cheeky, how he alerted, he didn't get anything, but yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the deck profile. So, first off, we got Triple Dragon Pit Magicians, and I would say this is relatively budget-friendly. Azneyes Fusion just got his reprint. I want to say, okay, well, these also got a reprint. This also got a reprint. So I think everything is relatively budget. There's no $100 cards in here. I mean, you could honestly drop the Solemn Strikes. We didn't even see any traps other than like Bottomless, but nonetheless, anyways, I'm sorry, not 3 Dragon Pit. We got 2 Dragon Pit. We got 2 Dragon Pulse. They just look similar because they were all vanillas. And then we got 3 copies of Azneyes Pendulum Dragon. We got 3 copies of Jiangshi Magician. We have 2 copies of Descend Dragon Magician. Now, this was a card I don't think we really went over. But anyways, I'm going to go over its effect real quick. So it's a Pendulum Scale of 2. Pendulum effect is once per turn. You can target one face-up monster on the field. It becomes Dragon type until the end of this turn. The monster effect is once per turn. You can make this card become a Dragon type until the end of this turn. A Synchro Fusion XYZ summon using this card as material gains this effect. If it battles a Dragon type monster, its attack becomes double its current attack during the damage step only. That's a really cool card. If you can activate that effect, hey, you can do a lot of potential damage, especially since that thing can attack twice. Anyways, next up we got, did I go over 3 Azneyes? And yeah, I think we went over that. Okay, we were just looking at Descend. And then we got the 2 copies of Oath Dragon Magician. Then we got the Perform Pal Scroll Acrobat Joker. And then we got the 1 Wisdom Eye Magician, 2 copies of Perform Pal Pendulum Sorcerer, and then 3 copies of Jiangshi Magician, and then we got 1 of the Azneyes Unicorn, and then we have 2 of the Azneyes Fusion, 1 Pendulum Call, 2 copies of Terraforming, 2 Twin Twister, 2 Ignite Reload, 3 Sky Iris, 1 Bottomless, 1 Compulse, 3 of the Solemn Strikes, and then Solemn Warning. Now for the extra deck, we have Perform Pal Azneyes Metal Claw, which I don't think we didn't see him use this at all. And then we also have 2 copies of Azneyes Vortex Fusion, 3 copies of the new Azneyes Raging Dragon, really good card. And then we have 2 copies of Azneyes Rebellion Dragon. We have 2 copies of Azneyes Absolute Dragon, 1 Draco Sack, 1 number 11 Big Eye, 3 copies of Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon, which is basically what lets him do some of the stuff. One card that I can recommend you guys just to play, just to have it in general. It's just really nice to have. I know this card could potentially blow up the board and gain a lot of attack to run over things, but sometimes you run into a certain monster that you just can't deal with, like that has like immunity to everything. I just recommend Utopia, but overall that's a very minor change to the deck. I just really think that Vandies should be played over the rest, because when you establish a Pendulum summon and then you go Vandies, a lot of people just go, alright, you win. I think Vandies should be in like most decks if you're going to be playing traps at all. But anyways, thanks again for sending in those awesome replays as well as giving me the deck profile, because I think a lot of people are excited to run this card because it's got a lot of potential. But let me know, guys, what you think of this deck and of Azneyes Raging Dragon now that you've seen it in action. I think it's a great card, one of the better Exceed Pendulums that we've gotten, and it's relatively easy to make, as you guys can see. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure you guys get a like button, a titty slap, and I'm signing out.